Since I got married, everyone has been asking me, how is the honeymoon stage? And I like to think that my husband and I have created a love story that will forever be a honeymoon. It's literally been like a honeymoon since the day that we met, and there are certain things that we do to keep our love alive and growing. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can create a forever honeymoon. So one of the things that my husband and I do, which might seem counterintuitive, is to remain independent. A lot of couples get into marriages and they kind of just become one person. And while yes, you do become one when you get married, it is very sexy if you maintain your independence, if you maintain your hobbies, the things that give you passion, if you maintain separate friend groups even. Something that is key about relationships that are still new and fresh is there's still this sense of mystery. We want to know more about this person. We want to know what their life is like. We want to know what their day is like. Now, if you get married and all of a sudden you guys are always together all the time doing the same things, then that removes that aspect of mystery. So one way that you can maintain this little sense of mystery is to still maintain your independence. So if that means that you are going for yoga even though your partner doesn't like yoga, then do that. If that means that you're going to go to a concert with your girlfriends, then do that. And it makes your partner want to learn more about you. They want to know how your night went when they weren't with you, and it keeps the spark alive because you guys still have things to talk about, you guys still have things to kind of share with each other, and so there's always this aspect of this mystery, this sense of, I want to learn more about this person. They're not always next to me, and because of that, I want to draw closer to them. The next thing that is very important is to continue to impress them. I fell into this trap. I am guilty of this. I know that when I started living with my partner, I got lazy some days and I would just be in my pajamas all day. And there was this one time where my mom came over and I was probably looking like a wreck. I had my pajamas on. I literally did not have any makeup, my hair wasn't done, and she just said, you better go and get ready for your man. And since that day, that has literally transformed the way that I see marriage, because just because this person has chosen to be with you forever does not mean that you stop trying to impress them. Why is it that we try to impress our friends, that we try to impress our boss, we try to impress strangers even, but when it comes to the person that is closest to us, the one that is the most intimate, we kind of slack off and we start just acting like a bum. Do not do this. This is what draws people away from each other. This is what causes divorce. I know it seems like something superficial, but it really isn't, because it shows that you care. When you care about someone, you show up as your best self. That means taking a shower, doing your hair, putting on a nice outfit, putting on perfume. It doesn't matter if you're not going out. This shows that you are still committed to impressing your partner. You're still committed to, keeping them on their toes and looking your best so that they can say, wow, I made a great decision when I married this woman. She did not let herself go. She did not get lazy. She did not become a bum. If anything, she continues to put in that effort to look like a goddess and to impress me. So I really encourage you guys to keep up with your routines, your fitness routine, your get ready routine, your hygiene clean routine, all of these things are important. And I also think that even if you're just in your pajamas, make your pajamas sexy. Wear some silk, wear a nice dress, maybe wear something that isn't, you know, a huge oversized t-shirt and some sweatpants. Put in some effort, because when you stop impressing your partner, that's when they are having a wandering eye and looking out at what else is out there, because you are no longer impressing them. You're no longer putting in that work and that effort that you once did in the beginning. This ties in perfectly to my next point, which is to continue to do the things that you did in the beginning. Obviously, this is going to be different from person to person. Maybe you were that girl who used to send cute little memes to your boyfriend in the morning. Maybe you were that girl who baked fresh cookies for your partner and gave it to him unexpectedly. Keep doing those things, because it's the simple things that we neglect that make all the difference. For me personally, I was notorious for writing poems for my now husband, and I also loved just writing little handwritten notes for him. And so whether it was just sneaking it into his backpack when he went on a work trip, or if I was at his apartment when he wasn't there, I would leave a little, you know, post-it note and put it in different places so that he could find it later. This is just such a sweet and kind gesture, and if you stop doing that, once again, it shows that you've stopped trying to impress them. You've stopped trying to win them over. And that is exactly what makes the honeymoon stage end. So continue to do those things. It might seem silly. It might seem like it doesn't make a big difference, but it really does. Unexpected appreciation. This is one area in which I truly shine, just being completely honest. I know myself, and I am that person who always wants to show appreciation and gratitude. It doesn't matter if it's to my husband, my friends, my sister, my mom. I just like people to know that I appreciate them, that I love them. I want to give them their flowers and their admiration while they're here on earth next to me. That is one thing that I believe has truly made the honeymoon stage last forever with my husband and I. I love sending him a message of admiration, of appreciation, anytime and any day. It doesn't matter if he's asleep. It doesn't matter if he's traveling and he's in a different state. It doesn't matter if we're literally sitting on the couch next to each other. I want him to know that I care about him. I want him to know that I deeply, deeply respect him and admire him and appreciate him. I want him to know that I haven't just gotten used to the man that he is and gotten used to the way that he treats me and just taken it for granted. I want him to know that I still find it very special. I still find it so amazing the way that we are able to love each other and just grow together. And so that is something that I vocalize very often. Basically, at least once a week, I'm sending an unexpected message of appreciation. And it's typically something along the lines of, "You are my dream man. I'm so lucky to call you my husband. I love the life that we've created together." Sometimes I'll just send him one of our memories, like an old picture of us, and it's just truly special, and I know that it makes a difference in his days. And I really want to encourage you guys to show appreciation to your husband, to your boyfriend, whoever it is that you're with, because we should not be waiting for a holiday, for Valentine's Day, for an anniversary to voice these things. Tomorrow is not promised, and I think that we should take advantage of each and every moment and voice those things. Like, say that I love you, say the compliment, say the thing that is on your mind, because you're never going to regret sending someone that appreciation. The only regrets that I've ever heard are people who hadn't voiced them, are people who took their partner for granted, are people who waited too long. So this is your sign to go out there and to send a message or write a note or do whatever that expresses appreciation for your partner. Give your partner your best self. It is so crazy to me that we are very particular about the way that we communicate with our colleagues, with our friends, sometimes even our family. But when it comes to our husband, sometimes we say things that we don't mean. Sometimes we say things that are rude. Sometimes we say things that we wouldn't feel comfortable saying to our friend, to our colleague, to our family members. So why is it that we would say that to our partner? When you give your partner your best self, it means that you don't leave the crumbs for them at the end of the day. I know that all of us, most of us have jobs, have things going on, have businesses, and a lot of times when we come home, we're tired, we might be slightly annoyed, we might be stressed out, and sometimes, unfortunately, we take that out on our partner. We use them as a punching bag, and that is one way to ensure that you are not going to be in a honeymoon stage with your partner. So when I come home and I'm not in a good mood, I make sure to be self-aware of that, and I'm very intentional with the words that I use with my partner. And maybe if he's in, a very cute and cuddly mood and perhaps I'm not there, I will be honest and I'm just gonna tell him like, oh, I'm not having a good day, baby, and maybe I'll vent to him a little bit and get it out, but not direct that negative energy towards him. It's completely different when you're venting to someone and being honest with them in a very kind way versus when you just attack them and they have no idea why you're even in this mood. So give your partner your best self. That means that when you come home, maintain that level of love, of positivity, of happiness that you are radiating out in the world all day long. Don't come home and just unleash, all the negativity that you had pent up. And this is why it's also really important to have outlets so that we are able to express ourselves instead of taking it out on people. This is one of the main reasons why I journal. This is one of the main reasons why I do yoga and do things that take care of my mind, body, and spirit, because then I know I am showing up as my best self and I'm not letting myself leak negative energy to my partner. If anything, I want to be uplifting him and inspiring him and radiating that loving energy towards him. It doesn't matter how long we've been together. I want him to come home with a smile on his face, knowing that I am his safe space. I am his home. I'm sure you guys have heard that saying that my lady is my soft landing, or she's like the place that I go to be comforted. So keep in mind that men have it tough. A lot of us think that women have it tough, and while yes, there are things that we go through that men don't, however, men generally have it tough as well. Their butt is on the line to make sure that you are fed and protected. They literally go to war for women. So keep that in mind, and when you come home, ensure that you really are being that safe space for him, that you really are being that loving, nurturing woman that he married. Right? So definitely bring your best self to your marriage. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It's okay to vent. It's okay to be honest if you're not having the best day, but that doesn't mean that you take it out on him or that you treat him any differently than you would the other people in your life. The next one is weekly date nights. I know that everyone talks about this and it seems a little bit repetitive. Like, I know we need to go on dates. I know, I get it. But date nights are very important. I see the difference of couples who don't go on dates and who do go on dates, and it's a world of a difference. Couples who go on dates still maintain that level of youthfulness, of fun, of adventure, of having something to look forward to. And those who are always at home, always doing the same thing, always just, having their meals at home, are not really having that sense of spontaneity or of fun or of true quality time. When we come home, a lot of times we are not really spending quality time with our partners. This was something that I had to come to terms with. It's funny because I try to reserve my weekends for my partner, and I've had like friends and family members be like, but you live together, like you see him Monday to Friday. And I have to explain that I might see him, but it's not true quality time, right? We've both been working, we've had a long day, we're probably tired, we might be sitting side by side on the couch and maybe making a quick meal, but that is not quality time. Quality time is literally sitting across from one another, having eye contact, or it could be sitting next to each other, but you're actually touching. You're not just watching a movie or watching a show, because quality time is when you are tuned into one another, when your focus is the other person, is listening to them, is just basking in their presence, is feeling their embrace. That is very different from just being on the couch side by side watching a show. So as you can see, we actually don't spend as much quality time as we think we do. And I'm sure that this is probably the case for you as well. So keep that in mind and make sure that you have at least one night a week, or it could even be a lunch date, where you're actually going out and going somewhere. This means that you don't have to worry about the cooking, you don't need to worry about going to the grocery store, you don't need to worry about all of these things. All you're doing is spending that quality time with each other, gazing into each other's eyes, talking about the topics that you both like to discuss. These moments are so important, and I know that me and my husband have the best times when we go on date nights together. It's so special. It gives us something to look forward to. We always have the deepest conversations while we're there. And of course, we get to indulge in some yummy food. So it is just a win-win situation. And on top of that, you're also able to dress up and get ready and get out of the house, which is always exciting and which also brings like a new flavor to the encounter. So when you're at home, you're kind of stuck in a certain energy, right? Because perhaps you work from home, perhaps it's where you're cleaning and cooking and doing other things. Maybe you have kids, maybe that's where you're, changing diapers. And so obviously you're not going to be in that relaxed headspace while you're at home. And so this is why it is so important to actually go outside, go to a restaurant, and to do something so you can really indulge in that quality time with your loved one. Another thing that my husband and I swear by is going on adventures or vacations. So similar to date nights, vacations and adventures are on like a whole nother level. I would say it's an added level of just really getting into that honeymoon stage. First off, what does everyone do on their honeymoon? They go on a vacation. So let's learn from that, because vacations are very, very important to maintaining and growing love. Let me explain. Now, when we see someone on a day-to-day basis, we're seeing them at work, we're seeing them get ready for bed, we're seeing them clean, we're seeing them cook. We're not really seeing them in a new light. We're not seeing them in a new way. If anything, it kind of becomes monotone because everything is expected. Oh, it's 7 p.m., dinner time. Oh, it's noon, coffee. So you start losing that passion. You start losing that sense of, this is exciting, right? Because things become monotone, things become routine, things just become day in and day out doing the same thing. And this is why vacations are kind of like a break in the matrix. It allows you to step outside of your current reality and to experience something completely new, right? When you're going on vacation, you're staying in a hotel. It's probably somewhere you've never been. You might be staying in an Airbnb in a city that you've never been in. Perhaps you're going to a different country, and that is going to bring out a whole new side of you, right? Because maybe now you're having to interact with people from a different culture. Maybe now you are going to a tourist place that you've never been. Maybe you're going to a temple or a museum. You're experiencing something new together. Now you guys have newfound memories that you've made together, and it's super special because now when you come back home, you've kind of like implemented a new layer to your identity, and when you go out into the world, you guys now have this shared experience that only you two truly understand, that only you two can connect with. And so vacations are absolutely amazing. They work wonders for relationships, for marriages. I know this firsthand. This is why my husband and I prioritize vacation so much, and why we invest money in that area of our life, because we see how it has just made us happier, more loving, more nuanced individuals. And it just makes life more interesting. It makes it more fun. It makes it more exciting. You get to plan this whole trip together. You get to just experience a whole new side of your husband that you wouldn't have experienced when you're at home. So I'm sure that there's going to be people saying that vacations are not something that everyone can afford. This isn't really, applicable to everyone, and I totally understand. This is why I said vacations or adventures. So an adventure can be something as simple as going on a road trip. It can be something as simple as going camping, which one can literally do almost for free. It can be as simple as going on a hike, going on a walk in nature, walking along the beach. All of these things count as adventures. The main thing here is you've never been to this place before. This is what really kind of makes this unique, is that adventures and vacations are all centered around this newness, this like new energy. And at the end of the day, honeymoon stage is all about newness. It's all about that feeling of something new, of something exciting, of something you don't fully know yet, you don't fully understand yet. It's very actually similar to meeting someone for the first time. Right? When you're going on a vacation, you have this excitement, you have this a little bit of anxiety, you have this like, ooh, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what it's going to be like. And so that is a very similar energy to how one would feel before a first date. And so you're kind of like hacking your system and being able to bring out that same sort of energy when you go on a vacation or an adventure. So don't skip out on this. It truly makes a huge difference, and I know that is really a staple in how we've been able to maintain honeymoon stage, and how we will continue to maintain honeymoon stage is just investing in our adventures, in our experiences, in vacations, because it really allows us to create memories that only him and I are a part of, that only him and I were there for. And it's just so nice. You're able to come back and tell your family about it and show them pictures, and each time you're kind of reliving that same moment, and it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it and recommend it. Perhaps for some reason adventures and vacations and things like that are out of your scope, you can simply try doing something new together. So this is another way to get into that energy of being excited and having something to look forward to. And so you can try snowboarding for the first time together. You can try a pottery class. You can take a sushi making class. You can take a salsa dancing class. So there are so many things that you can do in which you guys are trying something new for the first time together. Last but not least, if you want to have a forever honeymoon, then definitely invest in surprises and gifts. This is an area in which my husband absolutely shines. He wins the award. He is just the absolute best in this area. Actually, gifts aren't even one of my top love languages, but I have just come to appreciate gift giving on an entirely different level. He is so sneaky and so secretive with his gifts, and he just has the perfect way of knowing what I need and what would make my life easier and what I would love. A lot of times his selections are actually a lot better than my own, and not only that, but he has this magical way of pretending that he got me one thing when in actuality it's something else. And he actually has a ton of videos of him surprising me and opening up gifts and just that look of pure shock, and it is so cute because I think he loves giving gifts even more than I love receiving them. It's a crazy thing to explain, but if you know, you know. Like, if you know my husband shine, then you would understand. And if you've seen me in one of those moments just being absolutely wowed by his gifts, then it's just a true testament for how good he is at this. But I think that surprises and gifts are truly important, and they make a big difference in one's life. A gift is a physical manifestation of your love for someone. Think about it. Someone went out of their way and picked something out for you with you in mind, for you to keep and for you to cherish and for you to use. And that is very special. That is not something that we should take for granted. I love when my husband buys me things and I'm able to use them and wear them for years and years to come. When him and I first met, we had this phase. It was called the technology phase, and it was when he was getting me all the tech gadgets, because at the time I was just starting on YouTube, I was just starting my business, and so he really knew that those things would make a difference in my life. And so he got me an iPad, an iPhone, an iMac, a MacBook Pro, and all of these things are so special. Obviously, these items are not inherently special, they're just technology, but the fact that I've been able to use these things to create my videos, to edit my videos, to conduct my business, that is huge, because at the end of the day, I know that although he's not a part of my business, he's not a part of my YouTube channel, he actually invested in that. He invested in my growth. He invested in my journey. And that is really extremely special, because your partner should be your number one fan, your number one supporter before you even have clients, before you even have a running business. And he has definitely been that for me. And then after the technology phase, he got into getting me jewelry and bags and things like that. And I also get him a lot of gifts. Like, we always joke that my entire closet are gifts from him, and his entire closet are gifts from me. So it's really cute, because when we go out and my husband will get complimented on his shirt, he'll be like, "Oh, my wife got it for me." And then, maybe someone compliments me on something and I'll be like, "Oh, my husband got it for me." And it's super sweet, because it's like a physical, like I said, it's a physical manifestation of their love, of their devotion, of their resources. They saved money to get this item for you, and they want you to use it and wear it and be proud about it. And I think that that is truly special. This is something that we shouldn't stop doing. It doesn't matter how long we've been with someone. We should always think about them. We should always have them in mind. And like like I said earlier, we don't need to wait for Valentine's Day or a birthday or something like that to do something special for them. There are times when I'm shopping for myself, but I see something on the website that they have for men, and I'll just get it for him. There's no occasion needed, and it's so nice because I'll be unboxing these items and he'll be like, "What'd you get? What'd you get?" And I'll be like, "What did you get?" And I'll give him something and he's like, "What? I didn't know you got me this." And it's just nice because it shows that you love this person. It shows that you care about them. It doesn't need to be a holiday. It doesn't need to be Christmas. It doesn't need to be this full-blown thing for you to show it. Every day is an opportunity for you to show your love, for you to express your love. And that is exactly how we've been able to build this amazing, loving relationship in which we are completely invested in one another. It's just something that I've never experienced before to this depth, and it's like an ocean. It's full, it's flowing, it continues and continues to move, you know. It doesn't wait for a special occasion for waves to come, right? It's always there, it's always infinite, and it's ever growing. And so that's how I see our love, as just this thing that continues to expand and grow and become something even more beautiful than I could have ever envisioned. And so that is what I wish for all of you. I hope that you find someone that adores you, that loves you, and vice versa. I hope that you put in that energy and that effort and time to show your love, whether it's through a message, whether it's through a gift, whether it's through planning a trip. All of these things contribute and create a honeymoon relationship that will stand the test of time. So that is my wish for all of you. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also I have my coaching availability down in the description. So if you'd like a one-on-one with me, you can book me there. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.